BFGoodrich KO2 long-term review. Woo! Been a while. All right, we just got hammered with about 8 to 10 inches of snow here in Middle Tennessee just a few days ago. It's been freezing ever since, and we even had a lot of snow here today. Like right now, it's starting to flurry. So I figured what a better time than now to give a long-term review of my BFGoodrich KO2s. Yeah. 4 high, in neutral, foot on the brake. Up, just popped in. Now I know there's a lot of tire options out there. There's a lot of reviews regarding BFGoodrich, a lot of them glowing, some of them not. So I've owned these tires for 4 years now. I got them installed, I think approximately October of 2019. And surprisingly, in all that time, I've only put about 11 or 12,000 miles on these tires. So they are still pretty fresh in terms of mileage. Well, all right, the BFG KO2s. This is an iconic tire, been around forever. When I was building this truck, this 1995 GMC Suburban, I wanted something that looked almost like it came from the factory. So that's why you don't see a very, very wide tire on here. I wanted it to be somewhat factory width. And it's also not overly large. I didn't want a 33 or a 35. Partially because this engine, you know, is slightly underpowered, being a 1995 throttle body injected V8. So I didn't want to get something that's just way too much for this truck to handle. I wanted that like perfect balance, if you will. And I think I found it in these 265/75 R16s. Now at the time, October 2019, I found out that BFGoodrich was offering another style of KO2, and that was with the DT designation. And what that DT stood for, I think, was different tread. And I guess that was a different tread compound, which helped this tire to wear a lot better. Now, there was a caveat with that. You lost that snowflake 3-peak rating on there, but you did gain a much better warranty at 50,000 miles. The interesting thing about that today here in January 2024 is that I don't think that DT tire is available anymore, and they're just standard KO2s now carry a 50,000 mile warranty. So using my little bit of common sense there, I'm assuming, and this is just a total assumption by me, that maybe this DT is now just their standard KO2. And so therefore they've increased the warranty, although their current standard KO2 still does have that snowflake, you know, 3-peak rating, I think is what it is. So it is still snow rated, although my tire, this specific tire that again, I don't think is in production any longer, this specific tire does not have that 3-peak snowflake rating. So I was willing to forego that in favor of the 50,000 mile warranty, but I am glad to see now that all KO2s have that 50,000 mile warranty and the snowflake 3-peak rating. Now, as for these specific tires, these KO2 DT, different tread, compound, whatever, the BFGoodrich KO2s that I bought, I've told you already, I've owned them for over 4 years. And they still look relatively new, which is pretty incredible. But something I also learned today after I did my research back into when I bought these is I've only put like 11 or 12,000 miles on these things. So relatively low miles, but that just goes to show you how little I actually drive this truck. In 4 years, I put 11,000 miles on it. Now, after those 11,000 miles, I can say that I am very impressed by these tires, guys. They feel so good driving out on the streets, and especially good when you're off-road. I mean, I was really surprised at just how quiet these tires were on the road and how well they handled. Now, off-road, I mean, it's a given. These tires have been around forever, and that's because they're really, really good. I have taken these in the snow multiple times. I've taken them off-road in the dirt, in the mud, and these things just grip. In four-wheel drive, I have yet to get this thing stuck except for one time when I kind of slid off the road into a giant snowbank, but I got out of that, and that was with a cool set of traction boards that I will show you. Well, you guys aren't gonna believe this. I just got totally stuck in all of this. You see this? This is from me. And you see these guys? Oh, there's one. And there's the other. Completely jacked. Look at how deep this is, guys. I was stuck in 1.5 feet. These guys just got me out. Now, my intent for this video isn't just to sit here and be a talking head. I wanted to take it out on some trails, up a hill. I'm in 4-wheel high right now, and I just wanted to show you. I just wanted to let you see how these things perform. Okay, so far this trail obviously is very, very simple. You can see behind me here, there's a little bit of a grade, nothing much, a couple twists and turns, which basically get you right about here. I knew this would be easy. I mean, it wouldn't be easy if I didn't have some nice tires on my truck, because I'm pretty sure I'd be sliding around. As simple as that looks, there is some different grades there. And I know normal street tires just won't work here, even with 4-wheel drive. The grade I was talking about earlier, the little bit steeper grade I wasn't sure if I'm gonna do, is right here. Now, this is a trail that is pretty steep despite what it seems on camera. It's always hard to capture how steep an actual hill is, but this is steep even when it's dry. And now we have snow. I'm not quite sure if I want to do it. All right, backing up is no problem at all. All right, now this type of terrain should be no problem at all for these tires. Now, I already went about halfway out there, but let's go even further and see just how these tires do. Well, I went through some pretty thick brush there, some pretty fresh, soft snow, and there was zero issues whatsoever. The time has come where I need to decide whether or not I'm going up that steep grade, that hill, covered in snow. And I think I'm gonna do it. Yeah, this one right here. It's pretty steep, and it's not super wide. Looks like I might have to clear a couple branches out of the way first, like this one. So this is going to be the ultimate BFG KO2 tire test for me, and to solidify my raving review about these tires, if you haven't guessed so far, I love these tires. I think they're absolutely fantastic. Excellent grip. They look fantastic. If you have an altering opinion on that, leave it down in the comments below. Let's hear some of those opinions. And if you have great opinions, if you run these, let me know. This is my camera shot. I'm gonna jump in the truck. This is the hill. We're going for it. Pretty sharp turn. Woo. Woo. Okay, we just started sliding. That's what I was afraid of. One more try here. All right. Okay, now the thing is, this is kind of a two-parter. So that was the first part, which wasn't super, well, it was steep, but just not as steep as the second part. Let me show you what the ground looked like. There's the ground. Yeah, I was digging in and sliding sideways a little bit, which you can see here. That was partially because I was trying to make this super steep turn at the same time. So once I backed up a little bit and got a little bit of momentum, I was able to get right up there just fine. I don't think this is very smart. This is really nerve-wracking. I'm not gonna do the second half of this because I'm scared, not gonna lie. I don't want my truck to slide down into a tree or down into a ditch and be totaled. This is an overlander, and this is a long-term review of these tires. So I think I've proved a point that if they are this good in the snow and in the muddy slush down there, then they are gonna be pretty darn good everywhere. All right, so far so good. Well, that's the first time I've ever done a four-wheel drive donut. It was okay. I figured I owed you guys because I didn't make it all the way up that hill. All right, so what are my final thoughts? Well, I'll tell you, I have been through a lot with these tires. Even though there's only been 11,000 miles on them, I've driven obviously on the road. I've moved across the country. I've driven off-road in multiple snowy situations. I've been in the dirt, in the mud, and I've yet to find a situation where these tires couldn't get me out of it. Now, that being said, this isn't an extreme use case. 11,000 miles off-road here and there. It's not crazy for these tires. These tires are built for so much more than that. As you saw today, we're just doing a little bit of snow driving here. Nothing crazy, nothing too difficult. And I don't want to wreck my truck. That's not the goal here, to see what the utmost extreme is for these tires. This is a 95 Suburban. This isn't a built rock crawler or race truck or anything like that. This is just simply built as an overlanding vehicle. And I think it's doing a fantastic job at that. The tires are essential in any build. In this case, I think I hit a home run when I chose the BFGoodrich KO2s. These things are excellent. I love the way they handle on-road, off-road, and I love the way they look. Now, I've done multiple videos on these tires when I was first researching the tires, what sizes I wanted to get, and also after I had them installed, what they looked like and all that. I even did a first run off-road, and that was a pretty cool video as well. I will link all those down in the description below. But as for today, this long-term 4-year review, I'm giving it a 2 thumbs up for these KO2s. I'd buy these again any day. Well, all right, guys, I am Jimmy for One Road. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of a look of what these tires can do in the snow. Snow is always fun. We always love snow content, right? So if you did enjoy, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It really helps this video and the channel, and I need it. And also, if you've watched this far and you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. I'm Jimmy again for One Road, and I will see you in the next one.